everybody, it is Brooke from the Junk Parlor hopping on to show you what I picked up this week thrifting. Remember that all of these goodies are for sale. All you have to do is comment below or you can send me a message on social if you want to purchase. So the prices that I am sharing with you are not the prices that I picked up the items for, but they are the prices that I'm selling them to you. I do put all of the places that I shop each week down in the description box. So if you are local to the Des Moines, Iowa area, be sure to check that out. Or if you are traveling to visit, then you can see my favorite thrift stores. Now, I put all the places that I go, even if I come back empty-handed, so that you can just kind of see that even though I go out and I do find some good things, there's a lot of times that I go in a store and I walk out with nothing. First place I stopped on this trip was Thrifty Flea, and I pretty much go to him first off every thrifting Thursday because he opens on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He had a whole bunch of wooden hippos. Now, hippos just aren't my thing, but cows are. Growing up on a dairy farm, cows are a little bit more relatable than hippos. So I think of this one as like a, what is it, a matador bull, an ole. And this one is beautiful. It's kind of the mid-century modern vibe. It's pretty big in size. It does have a little damage that I want to point out here, but it's still, I feel like I'm going to do this and it's going to break, but it's still very sturdy. And honestly, how it looks like it's been split for forever, if that makes sense. Like it's pretty much stained in there or dirty in there or dark in there or whatever, if that makes any sense at all. But I love the shape and the coloring of the bull. He would look great just like sitting on top of a book stack. I mentioned in videos a few back that I got my mom a blue bull for her birthday. And I went ahead and got this one for her as well, which I talked about in that video because I debated getting this one first. And then I felt like, well, if it's still there later when I go, then it's meant to be. I think this is Roseville. That's at least what they had on the sticker. It's a beautiful, and it will go with the other bowl for my mom for her birthday because even though her birthday has happened, I still haven't seen her in person yet. Gary also had hanging on the wall, and this is a hair tie. That's funny. So somebody has just put the hair tie there on that nail, and that's gonna need to get thrown away. But it's just a nice old frame with Jesus in there. There is some damage to it, but that does not bother me at all. I actually like Jesus in this one. I think he looks very handsome, but it's not, customized for the frame. You can see it's not big enough. And so I might pull it out and see what Jesus looks like, or if there's any writing or advertising on the back, because it does have a copyright logo down there, which I find interesting, but it is a smaller print. I grabbed these little salt and pepper shakers. I just thought they were super cute. The wood has split, so it got drier. That's just what happens with wood. And let's see, this one says July 9th, 1943. And maybe Algers. I'm not exactly sure what the last name is, but I just thought they were cute. They're definitely the right color. I probably won't even use them for salt and pepper. And I know I've given repurposing ideas for shakers before, but you can take pieces of wire, do a little curly at the end, and then stick in some postcards, vintage ephemera, just a current photo of the kids, and use that for display. The other thing you can do with your shakers, depending on hole size, is you can use them to display your hat pins. I think it's so funny how, I don't know if it's that you're attracted to things once you see them or how exactly the process works, but I always feel like, one, I really do like collections. I like to have a collection to display in my home. I like to have a collection to sell to my customers. And so I find that you find one thing when you're outsourcing and then you find more of that same thing. So at the Iowa State Fair flea market, I found a clock case. And then I found this clock case yesterday and I just love it. Now, the booth owner, this is like a flea market shop. This is Collectamania that I was at. And she had another clock case, but I just didn't like it as much. So I do feel they have to have a certain quality of patina, character, the coloring, the style, the shape, the condition. All of that stuff matters. Like it makes it either cool or not cool. Good junk or junk. Also at Thrifty Flea, he has had so much brass. I honestly think he collects it and then he kind of rotates through his collection, but I don't know that for sure. But I love this Brass Swan. It's a planter, super big. Someone has added felt to the bottom and it's just got a great look. Then going back to Collectamania, I think is where I got this. It's a little perfume bottle. I love it. It has the little puffer, which is all dried up and crusty, so you're not going to be able to use it. But I'm hoping I can get the lid off and soak it in water so that this dried perfume is gone, because I would rather it just be that pretty blue glass. And then the little flower on top I think is pretty nice. It does have a name on the bottom. W Rice, I think is what it says, made in Japan. Going back to Thrifty Flea. So I bought everything today, either at Collectamania or Thrifty Flea. You might recognize this because I bought another little pottery vase off of him and I have it over sitting on my shelf. There were 3 of them, probably waited 6 months before buying the other one and then another 3 months before buying this one. The other one's still there. I don't think that I will buy it. It's more like a cornucopia shape and I just don't like it. I love the coloring on these though, because you know I love green, you know I love neutrals, bam. It's like a perfect combination. So this will be for sale, but I will also probably put it on my shelf. The last goodie that I picked up was at Collectamania, and it's this big cross with, I don't even know if you call him a modern Jesus. He just has a different look. And there is an old sticker on it that is torn off, and then you're not going to be able to see from the camera, but that is another sticker and it almost looks like it says not for sale, or it says number something on it. It has an N for sure. And so I don't think these two things got married together at some point, but maybe they did. If they did, I think they look good together, and they've been together a long time because now they're the same color of wood. Well, thanks so much for watching this week's haul. I hope you click that subscribe button and I will see you next week.